Hello, my name is Austin, and today I'm doing a different kind of video. This is more an exploration of my personal philosophies and viewpoints on an issue. What I really want to talk about is just the importance of internships and also the importance of really understanding the difficulties of working a job that does not really teach you a skill in the area of interest that you want to transition into. And I think that, there's a real emphasis, for example, on hard work. I listen to like Gary Vee and other motivational speakers, and there's always an emphasis there on working really hard to get somewhere. But if you're working at McDonald's and your goal is to be a lawyer, the fact that you're putting in 8 hours at a job that does not connect with what your ultimate passion is starts to become a hindrance and means that you have to work twice as hard to get to that same level as someone who doesn't need to work at McDonald's and has the ability to maybe do an internship at a law office or something like that. So I just think it's important to understand how really finding work that connects with your passion is just really important, and important to acknowledge the privilege of being able to do that as well. I also think that internships really provide a window into whether or not you would like this career. I know for myself, the more that I have done internships and been able to learn about careers and things, the more it kind of opens you up into a greater understanding of what the job entails and whether you're interested or not. And this is something that you really want to commit to doing. And I think that when I was younger, sometimes, particularly with like the film and even with occupational therapy, I had actually a lot of internships with that, so I felt very comfortable with that. But with film production, I really didn't have much internships from high school to college, and I really think that getting an internship is really valuable because it provides you a window of whether or not you'll like that career and whether it's something that you can see yourself doing. And for me personally, in like the film industry and being able to see that after college, I could kind of see this was not the perfect fit for me. And, some of the things that actually came up when I was doing a position as like a runner / assistant for a production company was like, for example, they were editing different movies. You have to be really quick at knowing what scene this is, who the characters are. And I have visual processing. It's very hard for me to identify people quickly. For example, my best friend, I saw him coming to my wedding at the courthouse, and I went to hug a person who I thought was my best friend, and it wasn't, because I'm face blind. So it's very easy for me to get faces confused. So it's like that type of thing, you don't really encounter the barrier until suddenly you're exposed in the internship and you're like, oh, okay, this could be a challenge for me. And in addition to that, also, seeing the hours the people work, the speed can really influence as well your feelings about whether you can accomplish this or can see yourself doing this long term. I could see that a little bit for myself in like the hospital environment with occupational therapy. It's very fast paced. If you look at in the film industry, a lot of the hours and stuff, working very late and waking up early and having to kind of have this real struggle there of staying up late for a lot of the opportunities, because a lot of the editing and stuff is done at the last minute, unfortunately. For someone with cerebral palsy who likes a real routine and needs a lot of sleep, it just wasn't the best fit for me. And so I just think if you're, a younger person looking at, what you should be doing in life or kind of exploring and finding yourself, I'd really encourage you to do internships, explore a lot of different areas, see what you're passionate about, and try and find work and things that are meaningful to you. And the more you do stuff that is meaningful and that you're passionate about, the better you'll get at it, and the more likely you are to turn that into a successful career. So that's really, my message there. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next episode.